The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. On the program today, we will wrap up, we'll wrap up the Kentucky Derby prep season. It's up to Saratoga for the Grade 1 Travers, where Tiz the Law was the heavy favorite to win that. We'll also go to Ellis Park for the Ellis Park Derby, where the rapidly developing art collector was heavily favored to win that event as he gets ready for the Kentucky Derby next month. On the local scene, our local race of the week is a first-level allowance optional claimer for some promising 3-year-old fillies. Last time we saw Bob Baffert's Gamine, she was running away from the Grade 1 Acorn Field. Would she do the same with the Grade 1 Test? We also have some 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds are back. It's the Grade 2 Best Pal later here on the program. That's from Del Mar, of course, and we'll have that in race recap for you on the program today. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing, and the masked crusader here, Dick Girardi. And Dick, we have a lot of 3-year-old talk that we're going to get to in the second segment. But here in the opening segment, we have a big milestone for a friend of ours that just occurred over the weekend.
Yes, we do, Keith. He had his first winner here in January of 1981. Last Sunday night at Lone Star Park, our buddy Stuart Elliott became the 36th jockey in American history to win 5,000 races.
Dick, the sport of thoroughbred racing has been going on for quite a long time. If you put a list together of all of the jockeys that have ever ridden, it's going to be well into the thousands and thousands of names. And as you said, only 36 have ever reached this milestone.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And look, Stu is also over $100 million in earnings. And we, of course, watched him win the majority of his races here at Parks. And his best year, obviously, was 2004, when he not only won the Derby and Preakness with Smarty Jones, $14.5 million in earnings, and he won 262 races that year and 32,000 mounts. And look, a guy like Stu who just has persevered year after year after year. You love to see him come up. I texted him, sent me back a nice text, thank you. But yeah, I mean, how can you not root for the guy? And he just keeps winning. Yeah. And he looked pretty good on that winner the Sunday night at Lone Star.
Do you think our man Bruce Casella might have the big race?
I think he might.
Here's our friend Stu Elliott with win number 5,000.
Power end to the outside is racing in third. And looming up now 3 wide. Back along the inside is Bob's Bad Boy. He's awaiting clear sailing here. And then switching out is Via Con Dios. He's 5th as they move through the stretch. Up on the outside, here comes Power End and Stuart Elliott. Down on the inside, Bob's Bad Boy from between horses, Bottle Shock. Stuart Elliott, 5,000 wins.
Well, one thing's for sure. We know that this man knows how to ride and win. Is Stuart Elliott, 36th jockey in the career of this sport to win 5,000 races. How does that sound?
Oh, I really feel fortunate. You know, I've had a great long career. I've been lucky injury-wise. You know, I've really not been out too long, injured too bad, and I've been lucky to ride for a lot of good people and have good business through most of my years, you know. And yeah, very, very fortunate.
You know, you think about a young man that grows up in Ontario, Canada. Your dad was a rider. Did you ever look ahead? I mean, you won the Kentucky Derby the first time you ever rode in the Derby, won the Preakness as well. I mean, it is such a storied career. 2017, you're the George Wolfe Memorial winner. It has been a storied career, and this is just one more of those great candles you put on that big birthday cake of career success.
Yeah, you know, I look back and I'm really fortunate. You know, I just feel blessed to be able to have good people to ride for, and I've had a good long career.
And of course, all of us here on Let's Go Racing congratulate Stewie on the big milestone, and Dick, alongside of his win total, how about the George Wolfe Award winner?
Yeah, that's essentially like another Eclipse Award for top jockeys. It's awarded by the peers, so a huge award for any jockey to get, and obviously 5,000 is a huge milestone. Keith, think about this. There's only 19 riders that have gotten over 6,000, 9 over 7,000, 4 over 8,000, 2 over 9,000, and only one is at 12,842. And he's also the same rider who has the highest winning percentage at 24%. That, of course, would be the great Russell Bass.
Well, I think of those 5,000 wins, I think I know what his favorite win might be.
Yes.
And, of course, the career
I think that would be the 2004 Kentucky Derby.
I think we could say that. Yes, Dick. Let's get to our local racing scene. We got a great feature this week at 7 furlongs. 3-year-old fillies at an optional claimer. They could be entered for $50,000. There were a couple of horses that were entered for the $50,000. Dick, the favorite number 2, Cinnabunny, goes off at 6-5. Her trainer, Kate DeMasi, she likes to get to the front. She has been really good at her 3 starts. And Dick, last time out, she lost by only a length to Collegeville Girl, a horse that Richie Vega really likes. And actually, well, she was a little over her head, but she was in the cotillion last year.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, Collegeville Girl is a very nice horse. Has won some good races for Richie and the crew that owns her. This horse looks like the question is she going to make the lead here?
Right.
Because she's made the lead in all 3 of her starts. She has the rail. Often, if you don't make the lead from the rail, things change.
Second choice, number 4, Fly On Angel, 5-2 for our guard Lupe Preciado. Dick, she has shown some ability in the early part of her career. And just go back through her past performance lines. She was just behind Project Whiskey last year as a 2-year-old.
And Project Whiskey, of course, won the Delaware Oaks, second in the Monmouth Oaks for Butch Reed. And Lupe has just been on a really good roll. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago, but 14 first or second out of 32 starts since he returned from Florida.
$40,000 purse. Here's the call of our local race of the week.
Fly On Angel heads to the far turn in front by a length. Crazy Bee continues to give chase from the outside. Cinnabunny is about 2.5 back now, racing third, then Lula's Roadrunner. Nothing yet from Deco Strong or Lucky Trinity at the back. Fly On Angel, still a length to the good. Crazy Bee is poised on the outside. Cinnabunny did not go on. Lucky Trinity trying to run on between horses as they come off the turn. It's Fly On Angel. Fly On Angel trying to turn back Crazy Bee. With an 8 to go, Fly On Angel opens up 2. Crazy Bee is full out on the outside. Deco Strong is now taken third. Fly On Angel with a 16 to go, still in front. Crazy Bee not gaining. Fly On Angel, a gate-to-wire winner here.
Well, Dick, for the first time in her career, Cinnabunny did not get the lead. She kind of bobbed a little bit at the break. Fly On Angel came out smoothly, took charge, and she never looked back. She cruised home to a 2-length win, paid $7.20 to win with Michael Sanchez on board. And Dick, Lupe, another victory for our man Lupe, but Fly On Angel's a nice-looking young filly.
She is indeed. That's 3 wins, 2 seconds out of 8 starts, and Michael Sanchez just continues to ride up a storm. I don't think Frankie's going to be able to catch him this year.
You look at the standings, and Michael's kind of getting away a little
He's
bit.
well in front.
Let's get to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. You want to talk some 3-year-olds?
Yeah, man.
You want to talk some good 3-year-olds?
Really good 3-year-olds.
How about we come back after this?
And Tiz the Law has the lead at the top of the stretch.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable. Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Time to get to our national coverage, and of course, it's brought to you by the good folks at Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. Up to Saratoga for Travers Day at the beginning of August. And Dick, the Travers that cracks the biggest 3-year-old in the nation, Tiz the Law. Now, Dick, Tiz the Law is 3 for 3 here during his 3-year-old season, and Dick, none of those races has even been close.
Now, all romps, most recently the Belmont Stakes back on June the 20th. Now, Barclay Tagg needed a bridge to get to the Kentucky Derby. Probably wish maybe the Travers had been 2 weeks ago, because we're only 4 weeks away from the Derby. But look, at Saratoga Stable, gave us Funny Side back in 2003. Yep. And for the people who don't know where this name came from, Sackett's Harbor, New York, is the hometown of the majority owner, and Saratoga is where he lives now. So Saratoga Stable, our man Barclay Tagg back with another major Derby contender.
1-2 on Tiz the Law, and you think they want to win this race, Dick?
Oh, yeah.
The second choice here is Uncle Chuck coming in from the West Coast for that guy Bob Baffert, and Dick, only 2 career starts so far for Uncle Chuck. We have had some comparisons. We certainly got to hold them back, but yes, at least some comparisons to Arrogate.
Yeah, I think what Bob was saying was his stride reminds him of Arrogate. He does have that in his most recent workout. You could just see it, Keith. He has that beautiful long stride. But what he didn't have was the race experience. Only 2 tries. He's coming from the West Coast, and he's running against the best 3-year-old in the country. Tough spot.
No, he's 5-2, and there were notes that maybe he was a little bit anxious in the paddock.
Right. Not a sign you want to see.
Doesn't
in
usually
this kind of a race.
Doesn't bode well. Let's take a look at the mile-and-a-quarter Travers for $1 million.
The field goes into the Saratoga Clubhouse turn with Uncle Chuck on top here by 3/4 of a length. Long Shot Chivalry is next in second. Tiz the Law on the outside in third. The opening quarter, 23 3/5 seconds. Country Grammar is down at the rail in fourth, and it's Caracaro in fifth. 3.5 lengths back to Max Player. South Bend is at the back. The 3-year-old Colts now head up the backstretch with Uncle Chuck in front. Chivalry's in between horses. The favorite Tiz the Law on the outside after a half mile in 48 1/5 seconds. And they're halfway home in the run-happy Travers. And here's Tiz the Law now to take on Uncle Chuck. It's Uncle Chuck by a half length. Tiz the Law in second. Country Grammar is now up to third. Caracaro's moving up on the outside of Chivalry. Farther back it is Max Player and South Bend. They are midway around the far turn, and the battle is joined here. Uncle Chuck on the inside and Tiz the Law on the outside. They are heads apart for the lead. Caracaro is in third. Max Player now makes his move on the extreme outside. Country Grammar is down towards the rail, and Tiz the Law has the lead at the top of the stretch. It is Tiz the Law in front with 3/16 to the finish. Tiz the Law has a 4-length lead.
Well, Dick, I don't think Uncle Chuck ever looked comfortable from the moment the gate opened. Tiz the Law, boy, did he look comfortable. He just cruised outside the lead. And Dick, he looked like he could have run by whenever he wanted. And when he did, he just ran right by, was geared down at the end, won by 5.5. It could have been much more than that. Pays $3 to win. And Dick, Tiz the Law goes to the Kentucky Derby as the prohibitive favorite. And Dick, again, we talked last week about running back-to-back races at 1.25 miles, but this is just what the doctor ordered. He really did not have to extend himself.
No, he didn't. Final quarter mile, 24:53, and Manny Franco raised his whip, like, I don't know, maybe at the 16th pole, then glanced over at the video board and started to twirl it around in celebration. I mean, he was eased up the last 50 yards. It was as impressive a race as any horse has run in North America this year. And he's just been unreal. He's been perfect this year, 4 for 4, won his races by 16.5 lengths. Keith, he's the first horse in American racing history to win these 4 races: the Champaign, the Florida Derby, the Belmont, and the Travers. That's some resume. And he's got a number that will never be beaten: 372 Derby points heading to Kentucky. Obviously, he got Derby points in the Belmont and the Travers this year. That's not going to happen in a normal year. But yeah, he heads to Kentucky as a very strong favorite. Obviously, the field will be bigger.
Right.
All of the best 3-year-olds in training will be in the races. They were not in the Belmont. They were not in this race. But Tiz the Law is the clear favorite, and Barclay Tagg has done a great job with him again.
My goodness, that was impressive as it comes, Dick. Let's get to the other Derby prep over the weekend, and they decided to send Art Collector to the Ellis Park Derby. Dick, a $200,000 purse, 9 furlongs, a much bigger field. And Dick, Art Collector, well, we went back to the spring. We didn't even know this horse's name.
His first start of 2020 was on May 17th. So had the Derby been held when it was supposed to be held, no, Art Collector is like never heard from. He's not even started yet. So he was a beneficiary of this late Derby. And for trainer Tom Drury, who never won a graded stake in his life, won the Bluegrass really impressively, sourced with 2 triple-digit buyers in a row, and an odds-on favorite here at Ellis Park.
Yeah, not only odds-on, but he's 2-1 with Brian Hernandez Jr. on board. And Dick, when you have the best horse, what do?
Put him on the lead.
Let's go to the front. Here's the Ellis Park Derby.
Art Collector, who leads him up the backside, just outside the half-mile pole. He shows the way by a length. Dean Martini, the Ohio Derby winner, comes at him to the outside second. Truculent in between horses third. Attachment Rate's on the move from fourth, making a wide far turn run is Attachment Rate as they have 5/16 of a mile to go. It is still Art Collector, shouldered the load thus far, still being pressed by Dean Martini. Now Attachment Rate has stalled from third. Whip comes out on Necker Island from fourth. Up the inside, Little Menace, 3/4, 10-3. And it's Art Collector who's shoulder the load. And Art Collector will whip him on in the run-happy Ellis Park Derby. He's off the turn with a length lead. Attachment Rate still fighting hard from second. Back into third. It's Dean Martini and Necker Island down the center of the track. Tried and hit, but with a 16th left to go, it's the favorite Art Collector. Art Collector, he won the Bluegrass, and now he's going to add the Ellis Park Derby trophy to his gallery.
Well, Dick, Art Collector did get to the front, but it was not a clear lead. He got kind of, I wouldn't say hounded, but there was a pressure from the outside for a good bit of the race. But when it came time to do the running, he kicked away like a good horse, Dick. He went on to win by almost 4 at the end, pays $2.80 to win. Now, we just watched Tis the Law. We just looked at Art Collector. You did an article for Let'sGoRacingParks.com that those two have separated themselves from the pack.
I don't think there's any question. Each is 4 for 4 this year. We mentioned Tis the Law's won his race by 16.5 lengths. He just got a 109 buyer figure. Art Collector's won his 4 by 15 combined lengths. He's got a different way of going depending on the circumstance. He's been loose of the lead twice, comes to the back, doesn't seem to matter. Tis the Law is very versatile. So yeah, I mean, I think it's these two headed to Kentucky. Now, Art Collector got 100 in this race, but this was a different kind of race than Tis the Law. He controlled the pace. I thought he ran for, 150 yards maybe in the race, really had to run hard. So yeah, and it's interesting because it's not the two people, the trainers that we're always associated with the Derby. Barkley Tagg, we don't associate him with it, even though he won it. He's not there all the time. And Tom Drury, again, had never been on the big time, but they've both done great jobs. I think Art Collector's the second choice as we head to Kentucky. Now, will they go for the big name? Will they go for Authentic and Baffert or one of the other big name guys? Or will they stay with the horse who's got the paper in Art Collector? Keith, I have Art Collector at 25-1 in the future book, so I feel pretty good about that. But trust me, I will be having a Tis the Law Art Collector exacta to save it. I saw what everybody else saw at the Travers.
Dick, let's take one more trip up to Saratoga here for the Grade 1 Test Stakes. 3-year-old fillies at 7/8 of a mile. The favorite, number 5, Gamine, goes off at 1-5. And Dick, she 2 starts back was just barely in front in an optional claimer at Oaklawn Park. She followed that up by winning a Grade 1 race by 18 3/4 lengths.
Right, now the optional claimer, when she just barely won, is the one she got DQ'd for purse money for an overage of what's a legal medication. You just can't have it at the level she had it at. And then she goes back with no issues at all, wins by 18, gets 110 buyer. This is a really good group of 3-year-old fillies. She's at the head of the class.
Venetian Harbor, the 6th, the second choice at 3-1. She makes her 6th career start date for the first time. She's not favored, and she's not favored because she's going up against Gamine.
Right. She's been 1-5, 4-5, and 3-5 in her last 3 starts. Not this time.
What's the margin of victory this time? Let's get the call.
It's Gamine on the inside and Venetian Harbor on the outside. 2.5 lengths to the gray. Mrs. Danvers in third. Then Perfect Alibi, and the trailer is Up in Smoke. And the opening quarter mile was running 22 3/5 seconds. The big favorite, Gamine, on the inside has the lead here. On the outside is Venetian Harbor. It's Gamine by a 1/2 length. Venetian Harbor won't let her get away right now. Venetian Harbor 3/4 of a length behind. Then Mrs. Danvers in third. Farther back, it's Up in Smoke and Perfect Alibi. The opening half was running 45 seconds. Gamine by a long neck. Venetian Harbor on the outside in second. Now Up in Smoke moves to third. Then Mrs. Danvers and Perfect Alibi. They come off the turn and enter the stretch. Johnny Velasquez now asking a bit more from Gamine, and she is responding with an eighth of a mile to the finish. Gamine has opened up on Venetian Harbor. She's in front by 4, now by 5. She won the Longines Acorn at Belmont, and she wins the Longines Test here at Saratoga.
Well, Dick, did Gamine bounce? She ran a 110, and she came back, as you said, with a 108. I guess that's a bounce, huh?
Yeah.
Wins by 7 pace, $2.60 to win. And boy, in 4 career starts, Dick, she could not be more impressive.
Now, she's really good. Now, the question is, she's by Into Mischief. How far is it? She'll go next to the Kentucky Oaks at 1 mile and 8. No, Baffert is not tempted to run in the Derby. She doesn't have any Derby points. Might not need Derby points. Might be less than 20 anyway. But yeah, every indication is there will be no Kentucky Derby. It will be the Oaks the day before for Gamine, and that will be a terrific Kentucky Oaks with Kenny McPeak's really good filly, who ran second to Art Collector in there as well.
Well, let's go to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, the weekly awards, and talk about odds on. I think I know who odds on our jockey of the week is going to be. We'll be right back after this.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, Jockey and Trade of the Week, brought to you by the good folks at the Turning for Home program. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org and get involved with that great organization. Today, Dick, our Jockey of the Week is our buddy Stu Elliott. Going to take some license today. Obviously hasn't raced here in a long time, but Stewie, with 5,000 career wins, you are our Jockey of the Week. And our Trainer of the Week is Lupe. Lupe and Richie Vega going to give them co-nods. Richie Vega getting to the winner's circle recently, so he's going to be a co-trainer of the week.
Two of the Parks legends, both in our Hall of Fame.
Both in our Hall of Fame, so congratulations to those guys. Let's get the race recap brought to you by Peter Stable. I'll go to their website, peterstable.com. Become an owner today. Dick, back up to Saratoga. It's the Grade 1 Ballerina, the older fillies and mares at 7/8 for $300,000. They're betting Bellafina again. She's the 5-2 favorite coming in for the West Coast, but Dick, number 1, Serengeti Empress. Talk about impressive. Ooh. She was hounded the whole way. She had to give up, but no, she kept going.
Yeah, 21.75, 43.74, yes. 108.32, and you go, all right, where's the posse that never came? She kept running right through the wire, 98 by her. Bellafina now the beaten favorite in 7 of her last 13 starts. When will they ever learn?
Bellafina, Serengeti Empress ran big last year in the test and got beat by Kofefi, and she runs big again. She likes Saratoga, $8.30 to win. Let's take a look at the Grade 3 Weah on the grass at 1.5 miles for the fillies and mares. Number 1, Mississippi, is the 7-5 favorite. Dick, she'd been off for a long time. She kind of looked rank in the early going. They couldn't get her to settle down. And who is it? It's Chad and my sister Nat. Going to get up here to win it by a neck.
Yeah, it's a sprint to the finish between my sister Nat and Mississippi.
Gotta love it.
Trained by Graham Motion. And yes, it is, again, Chad by a neck at the wire with my sister Nat.
Jose Ortiz up $6.09 to win. Finally out to the West Coast. Del Mar's the Grade 2 best cow, the 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs. A big favorite, number 4, Roderick, who's 1-2 for Wesley Ward, ran big in his career debut, another son of Into Mischief. But Dick, he's going to backpedal out of here early. This is a heck of an effort by number 6, Weston, at 5-1.
It was indeed for trainer Ryan Hansen and Drayden Van Dyke. End up winning this thing by a neck at the wire. Do not think we're going to see him in the Derby next year. A 61 buyer fee.
$12.20 to win. Let's look at Eye on Racing this week. It's the Grade 1 Alabama up at Saratoga. and that $500,000 turf race that you love, the Saratoga Derby Invitational.
Yeah, gotta love the Saratoga Derby Invitational. Unfortunately, the Alabama's just at a bad spot this year because it's 3 weeks prior to the Kentucky Oaks. But you know what? That's the second most important race in the country for 3-year-old fillies, so not a bad race to win.
Dick, news and notes. When we come back, we have a retirement we're going to talk about.
We do.
Pretty good horse.
For one of the legends, Parks legends here.
Be back with that after this.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Standing at Diamond B Farm in Mooresville, Pennsylvania is Flashback, sire of Eclipse champion 2-year-old filly, British Idiom. And new for 2020 is Grade 1 Man o' War Stakes winner, Boisterous. New track record setter at Gulfstream, Social Inclusion. Grade 1 grandson of Stormcat, Talent Search. Graded placed Eastwood. And the outstanding sire, Uptown Charlie Brown. All standing at Diamond B Farm.
Pennsylvania racing is back, and Wager Warriors wants to see you back in action. That's why each week we're offering a free past performance download for one of Pennsylvania's 6 racetracks. That's right, free PPs for a Pennsylvania track once a week. Get your free past performance download every week by visiting PennHorseRacing.com. Yes, racing is back in Pennsylvania. And if you want all the scoop on what's happening at the tracks, make sure you follow us on social media. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing News and Notes. Of course, our final segment brought to you by the great folks at the Granny Fund. Get involved with the Granny Fund and help with that continued education in the backstretch today. He's Bruce Costello, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones, and Dick, over the time that I've had here at Parks, there's a couple of horses that just stand out that I've enjoyed calling. Of course, that famous horse from Maryland on the turf that we love so much, Ben's Cat. But Dick, there was another horse named Pure Sensation that was pretty awesome out there.
Yeah, 4 turf monsters, 3 Parks dashes. The only time he ever lost it was 3rd in the Parks dash. But yeah, 16, 17, 19, 15, 17, 18, 19. He just kept coming back, most of the time with Kendrick. What a neat horse. Finally retired as a 9-year-old. Didn't win the Breeders' Cup Turf, but won everything he ran here at Parks with the exception of 1.
Dick, his last 3 races before they retirement, he didn't even really want to break. I mean, he used to be one of those horses that was on the lead, but he hardly even came out of the gate.
And good for the Generazios and Christophe Clement. They said that's it.
Maybe we can call it the Pure Sensation Turf Course.
Hall of Fame for Parks coming soon for Pure Sensation.
We'll come out and enjoy the races here at Parks. Of course, live racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 12:55, and simulcast every other day than that. So come out and enjoy all of that right here at Parks, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.